Good boys. Welcome to the SJW podcast. I'm JJ Bowitz, and this is Nick Scholes. And we're bringing you a special edition. We've got our guest, the Vice President of the United States of America, Michael Pence.
Yeah, that's what they call me these days. They call me Michael.
Playoff edition of the SJW Fantasy Football Podcast. Playoffs.
I'm talking about playoffs.
So many playoffs.
I can't believe it's the playoffs already. I mean, I feel like this league just started. This
flew by.
podcast just started. I feel like we're just getting it down. I got this.
Yeah, week 13 just feels really early, you know? You still got, 4 weeks left of the regular season?
The season goes by a lot quicker when the Bears are actually decent, I feel like. When they're just completely trash, the football season kind of drags on a bit, you know? Now you can actually watch the games.
I get so excited for the first week, and I'll be like, I gotta make sure I don't have anything to do on Sunday. I just want to sit there, watch football. And at this point, I'm just looking for excuses not to watch football. I'm just like, God damn it, dude. Do I really want to watch the Chiefs and the Raiders? No. But I don't want to be negative because we have such a special guest with us.
Yeah, that's me. Special, all right.
Finally got him on.
I've been trying, man. My Tuesday's been rough, but we're here.
Club's always going up on a Tuesday, as they say.
You know how it is.
We'll get into this later. I just can't believe you made the fucking playoffs. They're just looking at your squad, and especially you limping into the performance of the playoffs isn't even fair. You
Oh, I limped all right.
It was funny.
I had some big W's.
Literally on the ground, just crawling by. I was
he would have lost to anyone else.
I had one against Whitlow. That was a pretty big one.
He had a good stretch. He had a good stretch for a while, and then it kind of fell off a bit. Took a hard
face of the earth. I think all of my players stopped playing football for a little bit there. It was pretty sad.
Let's get into the matchups.
Let's go.
Where do we want to start, Schultz?
Let's do the ones that
don't matter.
Didn't really matter first. So let's start with Presta beating up on Emil. 130.
He locked up the 2 seed. He didn't really need to lock up the 2 seed. He just needed to. He had potential to get the 1 seed, but
Emil
got the 2 seed.
This team didn't really do very well.
It was Elijah McGuire. Why is he playing in his RB2?
That pretty much sums up Emil's team this week.
No Melvin
Gordon. No Melvin
the Jets
Gordon.
Third string quarterback or running back.
Well, they had another guy who is out for his career now, and then so he's the second guy, I guess, the Crowell. Yeah. Oh, Luck was absolutely terrible.
Oh, Luck was straight garbage. The Jags defense decided to show up.
Yeah,
that game was depressing.
John Ross, he has all these players I've just legitimately never heard of.
John Ross is the fastest player in the NFL.
Run a 4.22.
He had 3 weeks of a touchdown, but that fell off this week, unfortunately, for Emil's team.
Matt Ryan didn't have a great
matter.
Game, but all press this
really didn't help out that his defense got him negative points. It's a bad week for you if that happens.
Another zero.
Look at the kickers in this game. 21 from
Oh,
Emil's kicker,
man.
17 Presta's kicker. This is a premier
numbers. Big numbers. I'm kind of surprised that Presta played Matt Ryan against Baltimore over Russell Wilson against San Francisco.
Yeah.
Make much sense.
Rams defense was good.
Okay. Did Evan Ingram play?
I think so, but I mean the Bears.
He was listed as questionable before the game, so.
Oh no, he was ruled out. He was out with a hamstring, but it did not matter because Golden Tate showed up, and so did Robert Woods and all of his other guys.
So Presta's a lock.
Yep.
Emil. It was an okay season for him. He
started
off He started off so poorly, and then he really just showed us halfway through the season. He probably had the hottest stretch of any of our teams.
Yeah, we were completely roasting his ass on the podcast. It was embarrassing. It was just a weekly segment of roasting on his ass.
Fair, he did lose Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, that was a big portion of his team.
That was his team. Next matchup. Tim, you, like you said, limped into a victory here.
This was a barn burner, boys. It was a really tough one. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull
out. So bad.
I was pretty excited about my team's performance. We did pretty well. My boys, Calvin Ridley, Demaryius Thomas, Jordan Reed, all getting less than 5 points. Oh, Alshon Jeffrey. So,
Blake Thomas was not good.
Are you going to keep sticking with the Redskins D?
I need to find a new defense, apparently.
They've had 2 pretty bad weeks.
I've been reading those Reddit posts. I keep on saying, all right, guys, for the rest of the season, pack up the Redskins defense and play them in the last few games.
Josh Norman's been underperforming. Yeah. Hate to see it happen.
So they're hit or miss. Very hit or miss. They either score negative or they score like 15.
On Noah's side, Trey Burton.
He should have played Nick Mullins this week.
Yeah, so it looks like that trade worked out, even though, the trade combined for 10 points for me, the Marlon Mack and Trey Burton one, and 3.8 points for him. So, 10 to 3.8, that's what we need. That's what we need.
You won the trade, Tim. Congrats. That was the difference.
I won that trade.
Game. That was the difference maker in this game.
I texted
Michael Thomas could have got hurt and been out for the season, and I still would have said Tim won the trade. Tim won that trade easily. I don't even care if he doesn't produce. The fact that you had Michael Thomas, moral support on your roster is worth more than Marlon Mack is.
Yeah.
I texted Schultz for that trade, and I was like, hey, man, do you think this is a good trade? He's like, slam dunk. Do it right now. I'm like, all right, I believe you.
Ooh, Cortland Sutton finally decided to show up when you benched his ass.
Yeah, I played him for 9 weeks in a row. And finally, 1 week he decides he wants
I'm pretty sure we were making fun of that.
You were.
Yeah.
That's why I switched him out. You guys were like, Cortland Sutton, he's trash.
To be fair, he still only had 4 receptions. He must have caught a long touchdown or something.
Like a 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the waivers will have someone that I can steal.
In our league, better luck with that, dude. I tried picking up guys on waivers when I made that trade where I sent a bunch of guys over for Noah to get Mahomes, and it was dry, man. I couldn't find a flex 2. I couldn't find any depth on the waivers.
No, normally I'll take 2 for 1s, 3 for 2s all day, every day. Just take it.
Yeah, I'll do that because I'll be like, I'll find someone on the waivers. I'll pick a couple guys up and one will pan out.
Who are you gonna pick up?
Not in this league. Not a 12-man.
Oh, it's a little too late at this point. But I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But my team's gonna need a shakeup if I can win, or if I want to win next week.
We'll go back to your matchup next week later. Let's do Ben and TJ. This one was really interesting.
I'm not sure how TJ ended up blowing that after that 90-yard Adrian Peterson touchdown run.
Yeah, when one of your players scores 0 points, it's a rough day for you.
But he had a good week.
Not good, but
some of his guys had good weeks.
Gronk, D.D. Westbrook isn't going to do shit ever. He's pretty garbage.
Derrick Henry found a place on TJ's team.
Yeah, hasn't that guy been on just about every single person on the league's team at this point?
Hold on. Let's do it. Let's just do a quick.
Let's
do a quick Derrick Henry watch. We'll figure out what happened with him. Because that's a good point. He has been all over the place. So
I thought about picking him up a few weeks ago, but I was like, this dude's underperforming 99% of the time.
So going back way to the beginning of the year here, drafted 48th by Grimmer.
Okay.
Terrible.
So that's a fourth round pick.
Yeah, terrible pick. About a month later, Grimmer dropped him. He was then picked up by Noah, $7. Noah had him on his team for 2 weeks, dropped him. A day later, I picked him up for $1. Had him on my team for 6 days, dropped him. Then 2 weeks later, he got picked up by $0 for JJ Bowett's Love It or Leave It. that you?
Well,
Yeah.
This will be.
No, I changed my name again. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you had Derrick Henry for one day.
Then decided
Dropped him. And then 6 days later, I picked him back up.
Yes.
And then 5 hours later, I dropped him again.
So why do you guys pick him up for like an hour and then drop him?
Dude,
You guys like, does he come to your training camp and just like hang out with the boys for a little bit? It just doesn't work out for him.
Yeah, we're like he looks good on paper if you think about him like last year and you think, hey, he might be like a top running back, and then no.
It's like in this league specifically, opportunity is so key in fantasy. It's like that person doesn't even have to be good. They just have to have opportunities.
You just need carries.
Derrick Henry has had so many opportunities, and he's good, but he's a bum. He's a bum, and the Titans are bums. And
He's another one of those Bama running backs who goes
they use
behind
Deion Lewis way more than they're ever going to use Derrick Henry. And then, okay, so I picked him up, dropped him same day. A week later, TJ added him $20, and now
$20.
Why would he do $20? Who do you think is going to grab him for more than like?
I don't know.
What a terrible decision.
He was out of it at that point. It doesn't matter.
No, that was that one year the 1 week we had him on the podcast. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm making some big moves. I'm gonna try Schultz this week. I'm gonna be spending most of my waiver wire money." And they like see what I do next tomorrow. And I'm like, I don't know who's TJ gonna grab. And like, I was like looking at a bunch of other guys, and I see like, oh, it's Derrick Henry. I'm like, didn't expect that.
All-star
So
performer.
Derrick Henry was on my team twice.
Mine
He
was.
He was on
Both
TJ,
Grimmers.
mine, Bowitz's, Grimmer, and Little Grimmer. So he's on half the league's team.
Yeah.
Throughout.
Pretty much.
He never stayed on my roster for more than 6 days, though. So I just want to separate myself from Derrick Henry. Okay. We were doing some matchups. Oh, Ben. And
Ben.
So
Ben pulled it out.
So if TJ would have won, would Ben have got in?
No. Why would Ben get in if he lost?
Ben would need to win and score a lot more points, right?
Oh, never mind.
Ben's not in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, you're right. No. Okay. Wait, so who was cheering for AP then?
Grimmer, because Grimmer needed me or Tim to lose and Guzik to lose, and then Grimmer was in. It was a long shot. It wasn't really gonna happen.
It almost happened. He almost got Ben to lose and Tim.
I wasn't. Oh yeah, Tim was.
You look
close.
Hey! Don't be saying that about my team. That wasn't even close. You knew I was winning from the beginning, man.
Tim, I don't want
my
to
boys need to put.
My team doubled your team's points this week.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yesterday morning, I said.
We'll see what happens next week.
Yesterday morning, I texted Schultz. I'm like, who are we gonna have as guests on the podcast? I'm like, maybe Tim and Presta. And then he's like, is Tim even gonna make the playoffs? I'm like, yeah, Tim's gonna make the playoffs. He has like 3 guys, and they only need to put up 4 points.
And you know.
I looked at the guys. I'm like, there is a solid chance that these guys don't put up more than 4 points. I'm like, it's not. He's gonna pull it off, but like, I would
Jordan
say
Reed's
like 30%.
known for scoring like 1 or 2 points. Jeffrey recently, same way.
I'm glad that you're on the Jordan Reed train now. It's an awful train to be on.
Hey, I was on the Trey Burton train. He scored 0. So
yeah, you won that matchup.
Our trades, man.
Definitely. All right.
Trey Burton's my tight end in one of my leagues. It's the league I'm just raping people in because I had OJ Howard and then he got hurt and then I picked my other tight end was Trey Burton and it's just not going well.
It's not going well.
No.
Maybe when Trubisky comes back, it'll help out.
Catch a touchdown this week?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Why are you paying Trey Burton $11 million a year to throw it to Adam Shaheen?
Shaheen's coming back. Shaheen was a second-round draft pick like last year.
Why did you pay Trey Burton all that money?
Because we didn't know if Shaheen was going to be good or not. Because he's been injured all year, and it worked out.
And you have Zach Martin. You had Zach Martin.
No, it's Zach Miller.
That's Zach Miller.
Yeah, it's
Dude that like destroyed his leg.
He's still on the roster or something. Like,
yeah, I think they're paying him so that he can pay his medical bills.
Good guy, Bears. Now let's get on to the Schultz and Whitlow matchup. Whitlow locks up the number one seed.
Yeah, Whitlow's team, I don't know if he's going to be able to win the championship with a roster like that.
I don't see how he could either. His defense is really a weak point, and his tight end is very variable.
The kicker man.
Look at his wide receiver one. His wide receiver one only scored 5.5 points.
Yeah,
how is he going to win?
You're not going to be able to win if your wide receiver one can't put up more than like 10 points. Honestly,
no way.
Yeah, I don't know how his team got to be this team, but it's a little ridiculous.
I guess it's partly my fault because
partly your fault, partly Grimmer's fault.
It's really Grimmer's fault.
Yeah, giving him McCaffrey, and like if Ben Guzik never made that trade for Kareem Hunt, like he'd have Kareem Hunt and he'd have like Joe Mixon, and he'd be pretty bad right now. But now he has Todd Gurley and McCaffrey, and we're all screwed.
And Devontae Adams has been pretty good.
Devontae Adams gets like
right?
18 points every game.
Christ.
Much.
Yeah, no, this team is just a little stupid.
We're freaking screwed, dude.
I had an okay week.
We're playing for second place unless someone gets really lucky.
We just need his entire roster to get injured.
No, I just need Tariq Cohen not to score 30 points every week.
He still beats you, though, bro.
I kind of got fucked. First off, I got fucked by Dalton getting hurt. Because like my whole thing was like, oh, I'll get Mixon. And Mixon's not that much worse than Todd Gurley. But now he is.
Yeah, he is now.
And Fournette got suspended.
You should probably consider playing someone other than Carlos Hyde.
Carlos Hyde was my fill-in replacement for Fournette when he was suspended.
Did not work, unfortunately.
He hasn't. Yeah, okay. All right. It's on you. I guess you didn't really have too much else to put in other than him, though.
Nope. I could have played Duke.
Gotta play the Duke.
I guess I could play Gio Bernard and Joe Mixon.
Ugh. It would have worked. It would have worked.
That's absolutely disgusting.
It shouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have mattered, though, because you still would have got killed.
Kelsey blew up.
Yeah, Kelsey had a huge game. I don't think I felt like he's never had over 30 points before until this week. I'm not sure if anyone's checked that stat or not.
And Antonio Brown did Antonio Brown things.
Yep.
It just sucks that I have Rodgers and he has Devontae Adams. So if Rodgers is going to have a good game, Devontae Adams is really going to have a good game.
Devontae Adams is going to have like at least like 4 to 5 more points than him at a minimum.
I'm going to need, if I can pull this off against Tim this week, I'm going to need some help in my rematch against Woodlow.
You're going to need Fournette to go crazy, and you're going to need them to just run the ball to Joe Mixon like 50 times.
Yeah. Joe Mixon's going to have to catch like a 98-yard screen twice.
I want you to play Gio Bernard, too, and like hope he gets like garbage time touchdowns.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's a very good plan. Who are they playing?
I can't see from this screen.
Gio Bernard is like Lil B's favorite guy.
The Chargers.
They have the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Browns.
Hey, I like the Raiders matchup.
That's the one I get against.
That's where Gio will thrive.
That's where he's popping off.
I'm hoping that Mike Williams has one of those crazy 3 touchdown games where Phillip throws all 3 of his touchdowns to Mike Williams.
That's never happened before.
It happened earlier this season.
He's only had 2.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, never mind then. He's had 2 touchdowns like 3 times though.
Yeah, you just need him to get a touchdown or 2. All right, next matchup. Is this the last one or are there 2? No, there's
a few left, right?
2. We got
Lil B.
Another game that doesn't matter. Grimmer and Joe.
Yeah. It could have mattered if some crazy stuff happened, but Grimmer.
If I was playing Joe, I would have won by 0.1 points. That would have been a zinger.
Oh, man.
It would have been a doozy.
That would have been nuts. Especially against Joe, too. Joe would be flipping out. He'd be like, Tim. No.
What's up?
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, fuck AP. That's awesome.
I really thought he was going to win that.
Over.
Okay.
Grimmer's kicker put up 19 and Joe's didn't do anything.
Inventory got 0.
Yeah, Schultz, what happened to the Colts there, buddy? Like, how do you get 0 points in a game against the Jags?
We went for it and didn't get it on 4th down three different times. And at the end, I don't know if you saw the end of the game, but we had the ball to end the game. And if we would have scored it, we got down to like the 30-yard line. And Luck threw like a dump-off pass to Ebron. And he got out of bounds. Clearly got out of bounds, but the refs called him out. And you can't review it. So the game just ended with we would have had like 8 seconds to throw 2 passes into the end zone. But we didn't get the chance because the refs fucked up.
I saw that. I thought... Was that Swoop or was it Ebron? I forgot.
It was Ebron.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, I was sad. Next matchup, Bowers.
We're not even going to talk about it.
Took care of business.
What a great performance by Patrick Mahomes. Honestly, really hooked me up.
Ridiculous, dude. He's so.
I really didn't have I didn't really even have that great of a week.
No.
Houston's defense was solid. James Conner got a couple touchdowns.
New Orleans with like nothing
touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have a bad week though.
No.
You won't be playing him next week though.
I will be playing. Oh, I won't be playing James Conner. I'll be playing Little B though.
Oh, you guys have a back-to-back.
Yeah, wow. This will be the 3rd time we played each other. I got very unlucky in the scheduling, having to play Little B twice and Widlow twice. That was very unfortunate.
You gonna keep on crying about it?
Yes, I almost missed playoffs with the 3rd highest point scored, and I'm gonna continue to cry about that, but I didn't. Keenan Allen really popped off. I was getting kind of nervous by what the hell he was doing. Like it seemed like they threw to him every time because Melvin Gordon was out there. Like pass to Keenan Allen. And it'd just be like 7 yards.
Touchdown where it like bounced off.
Yeah. I was thinking that, like, what the hell is that? And then you saw the first touchdown the Chargers guy was on like a false start.
Yeah. Did you see the end of the game where they were trying to
had like 3 offsides.
They went off sides 3 consecutive times.
Yeah.
It was like a 40-yard
I saw that,
goal.
Yeah.
It was like
a 35, and then it was a 30. And then they went off sides, but he just made it.
Run around, yeah.
Well, they were just trying to get that block, but they just are really bad at their timing, I guess.
I mean, it's worth it if it's like the game on the line, I think.
I mean, might as well.
I haven't seen anyone try to do the thing where you jump the pile anymore. Remember, like, I think a few people have done that where they like line up center and they're like.
Is there like a new rule for that?
If you do that and you hit anyone on the jump, it doesn't count. They just restart it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a 5-yard penalty. So it's like it's risky as fuck to do.
Yeah, but at the end of the game, it might be worth it because you're gonna have to kick it again anyway.
You gotta have someone athletic enough to do it, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It had Ryan Shazier, but dude lost like everything.
Oof.
I think he like almost was paralyzed, and then now.
Yeah, that one where he like compressed his spine. That injury was ridiculous.
Yeah. I think he's still got like a year or 2 before he can even come back.
He should probably
just be done playing football. Or no?
Yeah, he said he does. Or he says he wants to. I don't know, but he's a beast on my Madden team. He was
Zach
Miller
says he wants to come back too.
Awesome. Who?
Zach Miller, Bears tight end guy. Only had one leg for a while.
After they like almost cut off his leg.
Yeah.
I don't get it. How these football players want to come back after these gruesome ass injuries. Like I would say,
they love the game, man. Not like Le'Veon Bell.
True.
Le'Veon Bell doesn't love the game.
He can get a job. He can go be the radio for the Bears or something. Like they'll just give him a job anywhere. He can go on TV. He can do anything dumb. Get a nice safe job that your leg can't get ripped off in. But no. Whatever.
All right, let's go to the standings and look at the playoff picture. Honestly, that's a great spot to look at. So we got Nick Wodlowski at the top with a ton of freaking points scored. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
And then you see the drop off with him and Presta.
Yeah.
Presta just had a much easier schedule. It looks like.
Yeah, it's like almost 300 more points.
Yeah. Then you got Tim. You got the little Tim guy at the number 3
Yeah,
spot
me.
at 8 and 5. Yep.
You have like
Very
400
low amount
less
of points.
than Widlow.
Yeah. Hey, I beat him. That's all that counts.
Then you got a whole lineup of 7 and 6 guys.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It all
5,
comes
7,
down to
6
points
guys.
scored. Points scored. See, big decision factor in this. Lil B and I had some pretty high totals, and you got Scholes pretty good. Then you got Guzik and Grimmer, and they are now the 1 and 2 seeds in the consolation bracket. They'll get first round
I
byes.
will fix that. I'll fix that at some point.
Like, you remember one time we fixed the
bad
schedules? We fixed the schedules, so then Guzik and Grimmer played each other like 3 weeks in a row. Or no, it was 2 weeks in a row. I think we need that to happen.
They were complaining about that. Like, that was some big ass deal. But, dude, calm down. Like, just play each other 2 weeks in a row. Like, get over it.
It was pretty funny. I can see why it'd be a little annoying. Then you got.
How do we have all of these 7 and 6 teams? Like, what?
Because I get screwed over every week.
Did you guys see my proposal for next year for this last playoff spot?
I didn't like that.
You didn't like that?
No, I don't like that either.
Gross. No, I do not want like someone who's like.
I wasn't a fan of that.
It's like 2 or 3 wins sneaking in. I'd honestly rather have like, like even like I know divisions are like trash, but like I feel like it wouldn't be as bad if you played each person in your division like twice. But like,
and what, the winner of each
with,
division?
With
I don't know about division.
With 12 people, it makes more sense than when it was 10. You know what I'm saying?
Are we still
like
gonna have
6.
12 people next year?
Yeah.
Is that the game plan?
Yep.
Probably.
Are we gonna keep the 2 flexes too, so our waivers are messed up?
We can discuss that. We can discuss.
I don't know about that one.
Flexes.
Probably just get rid of
12.
one.
We might want to get rid of flex.
All right.
12.
If we're taking away a flex, I'm adding a QB.
Oh no,
Why?
no QBs are gross.
Why?
2 QBs
Why
are
would you
so
do that?
gross.
No,
why do we have 2
the
QBs?
The second flex is huge.
Yeah, because it puts no one on our waivers.
Imagine if you change it to 3 running backs. Change it to 3 running backs, so you have to have people start
please
playing those like guys.
Last year we did. I guess we had 10, but we did 3 receivers, and now this year we just have an extra flex, so you can play a tight end or a running back as your.
Yeah,
no one plays a tight end.
No.
Please. Oh, maybe one person's ever played a tight end.
I almost played a tight end as my flex this week.
What, someone had like
I'm
Ertz and
sure
Doyle
I
or
did
something like
one
that?
week too. Lil B's done it.
It
makes sense with how weak our waivers are. Sometimes.
One know what would help out that
better.
situation? If you just remove one of the flex spots. Yeah, that would help.
I don't think it's a problem. I honestly think it's better that we have these random ass dudes playing crucial roles. Nobody.
Then you got Whittle's team just stacked.
Okay, well that's different. He drafted well and he made good trades.
He made really good trades. He won like every trade he made, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, you can't do anything about that. But like the second flex, I don't want to have to choose between who I want to play. All right, I always go back. I have a 12-team league where there's only one flex, and my choices this week for my flex spot are Spencer Ware, Sony Michel, Mark Ingram, Joe Mixon, and Doug Baldwin. That
sounds like an awesome problem to have.
Is it nice to be able to play the matchups
instead of being like, oh, I only have?
No,
I like how Mike Williams
play to choose between Mike Williams, David Njoku, the Duke, Gio Bernard, Carlos Hyde, and Rex Burkhead. This is so disgusting.
Yeah, like, you don't want to play everyone. It's absolutely gross.
I don't want to abuse my powers as the commissioner, but I'm going to throw a fit if we have to get rid of the second flags. That's my favorite part of this league.
We should do a league-wide vote, make it a democracy, and then we'll see what the boys say.
I just know
we might have to stop recording this podcast.
Not getting rid of,
put this out.
We're not getting rid of defense.
Everybody's going to get this idea. They're going to be like, no second flex. And I'll quit.
I've been saying that since day one. I'll make Bowitz the commissioner. He'll do it.
He can't handle it.
We'll have to discuss.
He can't handle the heat.
He can totally handle it.
He can't handle the heat. It comes to handle the commissioner. The hard questions you have to answer sometimes. When Ben Guzik's like, get rid of defenses, and I'm like, what? Why?
I can't believe no girl want to get rid of defense.
That was the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard.
All right.
Let's put in a punter.
What's the point of the kickers? What are the point of the kickers?
Just
Why do we have
because
kickers?
because it's part of the game of football. Like that's part of it. It's like football. Like there's a kicker in football. It's like I think they're good.
I mean, sure, the defenses like they are either boom or bust. There's not much in between. Oh, sorry,
It's playing the matchup though. It has nothing to
Yeah,
do
you
with
got to play in the
defense on your roster.
Absolutely.
Like we could go through, and I would almost guarantee I haven't played more than one defense twice this year.
Here, there are pretty much
every week. I just drop.
There are three strategies. You can have a top tier defense and play them every week.
What defense is that this
There's
year?
4 strategies.
Is there any top tier defenses this year?
Chicago
Bears.
They scored so much every week.
Houston Texans have been solid. Like they've been solid, and
Maybe
like
Rams.
the Rams sometimes you can have a solid defense and play them every game. You can have a solid defense and play like the few matchups where it doesn't make sense. You can do the complete like matchups where you play the matchup and don't care what defense you have.
On the waivers.
Or you can just have some trash defense and keep plugging them in and keep hoping that they're going to do good, and it never works. Those are the 4 strategies.
Is that what Tim did with the Redskins? Is that what
that is exactly what I did.
That's what Tim did with the Redskins.
I picked them up. Reddit said they were good. They let me down this week, but it's okay.
They would have been better if they had their quarterback and then their backup quarterback.
Yeah,
and
that seems kind of a mess. I'm thinking about just straight up dropping them and picking
Mark
up like
Sanchez.
whoever's on the waivers these days.
You see the butt fumble he recovered?
Yeah, I saw you posted that.
Oh, he did that this game again?
Yeah, he fumbled and he recovered it with his ass. It was under his ass and he just
He just
grabbed
sat
it.
on
I
it.
was like, dude, he learned.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
That's the thing though. Yeah, like a lot of the defense too is like if your offense is trash, your defense is gonna be bad too because you don't have good.
Your defense is playing more.
Yeah.
And so they have more time to get scored.
More yards and more points. Yep.
Would you play Sony Michel, Spencer Ware, or Mark Ingram?
Where are the matchups?
Spencer Ware's home against the Ravens. Michel's on the road against the Dolphins, and Mark Ingram's on the road against the Bucks.
The Bucks are not very good.
I almost want to go with Ingram on this, honestly.
It's Ingram or Michel. I'm taking Spencer Ware out. I'm not playing him. I'm going to slot Ingram. Oh, I have Kamara too. You know what? Fuck it. We'll play both the Saints. We'll just do it.
Yes, when the Saints come marching in, you got to stack.
I'm going to switch it so that Nick Chubb's my flex, so that Ingram and Kamara are my 2 running. And the guy has to look at it and be like, oh, he's playing the 2 Saints. What a goon.
That strategy was clutch last year for Homeboy and Yahoo.
Yep.
I mean, neither of them really had good games for a few weeks now. I mean, Kamara's gotten like 11 points last week.
He's had bad games for the last 2 weeks, but 2 weeks ago, the 2 weeks before this, he had 22 and 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Kamara's kind of been shitty recently.
I don't know what's going on.
He had 17 points 3 weeks ago. He's been really good.
That's not right. I was about to say that's just not bad.
I'm gonna shut up.
Waiver
wire tight ends before we hit the playoffs.
Oh my lord! I can't believe this is still a segment. There's just just not much.
We can wrap this up really quickly. Antonio Gates caught a touchdown this week.
Bless.
The GOAT. He's the GOAT, and he's still on waivers.
Here's a big pickup though. Ian Thomas with Greg Olsen out. I could see him having one of those weird games with Cam where he throws to the tight end. I could see him getting 2 touchdowns this week. 2 touchdowns, 3 receptions for 50 yards.
Flexing instead of Mike Williams?
I consider flexing him instead of Mike Williams.
Mike Williams is basically a tight end.
Pretty much.
Who I'm looking at this week, boys?
Who are you looking at, Tim?
Ricky Seals-Jones. I know he's still his favorite player.
Oh,
yeah, Ricky Seals.
This is his week to go off. He's in Detroit. Sorry, no, he's at home against Detroit. And this is his time to fly, baby. He's going to just rip that team apart.
Yeah, gotta love Ricky. Yeah, it's not those hearts. It's not the hearts in the chat. It's not the hearts.
Bang.
I don't want to shit on Ricky, but for the last 3 weeks, remember we were talking about how he had those 2 1-point games in a row?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you get 2 1-point games in a row? Well, he upped us a little bit. He had a one point game, he had a 1.5 point game. He had that extra 5 yards.
He's looking good. This looks like he's got a long, prosperous career ahead of him. I can't wait to see what the future has in store for us.
You know, Vernon Davis is playing the Giants. They don't have a good defense, right? Maybe he'll pop off if Eli learns how to throw the ball again.
Why don't you
Yeah,
drop
probably
Jordan
not.
Reed and pick up Vernon Davis?
Not gonna do. Jordan Reed has had a few good games. I'm just.
You really see a scenario where Mark Sanchez goes off with Vernon Davis?
Yeah. Like,
maybe.
Dude,
Oh
that's
shoot!
like
Yeah, he's playing against my bad.
2011. Like that would have been such a move.
I think you have a better shot playing Adam Shaheen.
Hold on, I'm looking at this now. Do you guys remember Stephen Ridley?
Yeah.
He's the third most
next
projected running back on our waivers right now.
Yeah. Because he's on
What?
the Steelers. He's on
I
the
didn't know he was
Steelers.
still in the league.
Yeah, he's on the Steelers. So, who's their actual backup?
Look at the better question is look at the dude's hair. Like look at what he's got going. He's got like a little spike. Look at his hair.
Hold on, look at Justin Jackson's hair now that we're talking about it. He's got a straight what?
Like OBJ, if OBJ did
It's a bad
laptop thing.
He wants to be OBJ, but he doesn't know what he's doing, so
He just sticks it all
Why
up.
do you get it
Even
to
like
grow
those
out that
tips.
far to the side? Like, why do you get your hair to go out here?
even like the dyed part looks like it was done poor. It looks like he did it himself. I'm gonna look like OBJ because that looks pretty cool. But
Just dunked his head in.
OBJ went to like an actual barbershop. This guy just went like in his garage and did it.
He did those ones with like Kool-Aid packets where it dyes your hair. That's what the
Gotta love the hairdo. So the top waiver wire hair is going to Stephen Ridley and Justin Jackson this week.
CJ Uzma.
Does anyone else make it into the third hair slot?
Oh, hair.
Hey, can we talk about what Matt Stafford's doing with his?
I haven't seen it.
Let's go take a look at Matt Stafford.
Do I have to like Google this or?
Matt Stafford's been straight garbage this year. Honestly, a terrible quarterback. You don't want him. He's on my team at one point.
He's kind of doing what I like. What he's got the kind of like the whatever hair where it's like it'll go down here and it'll just kind of be whatever.
We'll give him a 3. We'll give him the third spot in the waiver wire hair column this week.
I like his, and then Mark Sanchez is a sexy ass man. Look at him. Look at him.
I can't believe that dude.
He's in a Bears jersey in the picture. Yes. This is what I like to see. He was pretty much just a coach when he was on the Bears.
Oh my lord! No, Robbie Anderson's on the all hair team.
Wait, nobody picked up Robbie Anderson? All right, I know we talk about how we don't have a lot of flex options, but like honestly, the flex options on waivers are not that bad.
Robbie Anderson,
Yeah, Robbie Anderson is a very good player.
Options.
Ooh, we can get Ty Montgomery. He's on waivers.
Will he sneeze on waivers?
Oh, look at Crabtree's flow, dude. Go to Crabtree. What is this dude doing?
Go to Chad Williams.
Who is Chad Williams?
He's right under Kelvin Benjamin.
Oh, Kelvin Benjamin.
Benjamin got dropped. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, Chad Williams.
Someone else did too.
And then look at Deshaun Hamilton under him. All these guys have hair.
I hate that. So, like, if he were just to cut off those little things, he'd be looking fine.
It's like going over his head like this, and then other ones are like sticking out like this.
Yeah. We just need to tell him to cut that off. Schultz, you're saying these guys aren't that bad? These guys are like 0% owned. So obviously no one wants
big names on here though, Tim. Randall Cobb, Jamison Crowder, Devontae Parker, Jordy Nelson.
Who cares about the names? They're not production.
2 or 3 years
Pierre
ago.
Garçon.
That's a good 2 or 3 years ago.
Dave Jones just had a huge week.
Most of these people,
Robbie Anderson,
like 1%.
Michael Crabtree. These are wide receiver 3 and 4s in the
My
past
man
few
Antonio Callaway, though. Do you see what happened to Antonio Callaway? He had like a touchdown, and they freaking stripped the ball right before he got into the end zone.
Oh. I did that to some guy in Madden like 2 days ago, and he rage quit, and then he sent me
Not to the
a
touchback,
message.
right?
He said, "No, I ended up returning it for a touchdown. I stripped it right out, and then Deion Sanders picked it up, and I spun some guy around, and I just ran into the end zone. It was stupid. And the guy quit, and he sent me a message, and he said that he had sex with my mom while he was.
Very sad.
Did he?
I mean, I guess so.
That's what he said, Tim. It's on the internet. It's got to be true.
Gotta be true.
Okay, so let's get into the
Sneak.
playoffs.
All right, let's go.
Let's get into the playoffs. We're talking about the playoffs here.
So
We
Preston
really only need to talk about the. I think we should. Do we need to talk about the consolation bracket or?
Oh, I haven't fixed the consolation bracket yet.
Okay,
but so Ben will play TJ again.
No. Ben and Grimmer have buys.
Oh,
Yeah, Ben and Grimmer should have buys.
really?
And
So it should be like.
I don't think I can do that.
No, just have them play each other.
No, don't have them play. Have the 7 play the
I
12.
remember I did this last year. I did like manually fix it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you might
so
not
the
need
way
a
it will
bye.
work is Grimmer and Guzik have buys. Emma will play TJ and Joe will play Noah.
Okay.
And then the lowest seed
So
will
go down
play.
to-
Guzik will
down
play
to
the
4
lowest
people.
seed available.
Okay. So yeah, that should
Games. Yeah.
I have to put way too
We'll
much work.
we'll figure it out. We can manually do it. So let's go into the playoffs. So do you want to hit the Tim and you matchup or the me and Little B matchup first?
We'll start with me and Tim.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling my team at the moment. I'm not gonna lie.
You're the higher seed.
I know I'm
you're the
highest
favorite.
seed.
You got the home field advantage. You're
I
the
just don't
third
trust
seed.
my boys. Like Cortland Sutton. I don't trust that dude.
I
You
think
kidding me?
Kamara should have a decent week against Tampa Bay.
They might
Lamar
blow
Miller.
them out.
Lamar Miller,
much.
Deshaun Watson might have pretty good games too.
Yeah.
Against the
Indeed.
Colts. Oh,
Jeffrey against
no.
Dallas is tough. Mike Thomas should light up Tampa Bay.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, so I guess I have some pretty good matchups.
Why do you
this
have so
week.
many Texans?
Hey man, they're playing
Hey.
well, except for Damaris used to be on the.
Man, you're hating on the Texans too much, man. The Texans are pretty good. Like you and Joe are like the Texans are bad. I'm like the Texans are good.
They are.
Texans are
I
good.
can't believe no one wanted Ben Roethlisberger. Dude's just chilling on my bench now.
Play 'em.
No one wants to trade for Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, he's playing Oakland. That actually might not be a bad play.
Is he at home?
No, he's not.
Don't play him, Tim. You know the rules.
But he's playing Oakland.
He's playing Oakland.
No, it's a temptation. You know he's gonna. You're like, oh, how could Big Ben possibly go wrong? He's playing Oakland. It's like, nope. Don't even
I'm
think about
home.
that, dude.
I'm
No.
home.
James Conner.
That's true too. He doesn't have someone to check down to anymore.
All right, I'm gonna say Schultz wins this one.
I
I mean,
Hope I
I think
win.
it'll be pretty close.
You know, I want to be the homer and go for me, but I honestly think Schultz is going to win based on my team's recent performance.
Yeah, you guys suck.
That's it. It's,
Yes.
yeah, that's fair. I have a few players that pop off
Scored
sometimes. But
73 points the week before the playoffs. Like, how can you expect
man.
anything?
Yeah, I don't know how you could. I don't know how you
Listen,
could pick
Hey,
him to
no one like
win
last
after
week
that
really
performance.
It was a really weird week.
Yeah, and you get Fournette back. I'm gonna go with the Schultz guy.
yeah, I'm not feeling too good about it.
Then you'd play Willow next week then
Thank
if
you
you
for your-
want.
Tim,
No.
it'll be okay, man.
How you play? I would be playing Presto, right?
Yeah, if you want, you play Presta, but if Schultz wins, he plays Willow.
I'm not sure that is that. I'm not sure that's how that works. I'm gonna be
I
honest
think
with you.
Well, you would think that it just works the way that it's set up, to where whoever wins you versus Lil B plays Widlow.
No, look how like the tournament is. Like it has like to be determined for it. Like I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that's how it works.
But why wouldn't it automatically slot Woodlow and Preston in then?
Because they don't like it would work because like they don't know who's gonna go there. So it's not like an actual tournament thing. It's not like an actual
It's
bracket.
not set up
where,
like a normal. So it's
Yeah.
not set up like.
It's set up like how
No.
NFL is. So like the top seed plays the lowest seed left.
No matter what.
That's unconfirmed.
Schultz is
Fine,
gonna set it up. So he
we'll
doesn't
see
have
it.
to
We'll see how it goes. Okay, we'll see how it comes
Just
out.
not sure. I honestly, I don't
Right.
remember.
Schultz
From
just is
last year.
avoiding it like the plague, is what I'm hearing.
I think
I
Schultz
hope
is
I'm
gonna
in, but I get to play.
edit settings. He's gonna
Cool.
change the settings so he doesn't have to play with the
These are the big decisions that a corrupt league manager would
corrupt commissioner. Schultz is fake news. All right, final matchup of the playoffs.
The only corrupt aspect of my commissionership is the fact that I'm not letting go of the second flex. It's staying. I don't care. We can go 11-1. We're keeping that second flex.
All right.
We'll
What do we
see.
think about the little
Just
B?
because we're making such a fuss about the
Versus
second
B.
flex, we should add a third flex that you can play a quarterback in.
No quarterbacks.
Just about
Yep.
even more.
3 flexes.
All right, so little B versus me. What are your thoughts? I don't have James Conner, but
Little
I
B's
think
team is good.
I think Samuels can fill some slack.
Can you play him as a tight end?
Who?
Samuels.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's a running
Can
back.
you?
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
He's a running back.
Not kidding.
You can't play running backs as tight ends.
He's like tight end eligible. You
I,
might be able to do it in ESPN.
I don't think so. It says running back.
Okay, well, Jalen
Not
Samuels is like he was listed as a tight end running back.
You think he's actually going to score the projected 14.5 points?
I think
Yeah,
he
he
go.
scores-
I think he could go over.
I think didn't they say they were going to do a combo in the backfield with him and
Ridley, but I think Samuels is better.
Ridley. He's back. He was at Tim. Was he on your team like a few years ago? I think I remember that. Did you
what team was he on? The Patriots?
Yeah.
I had him 1 year. He fumbles the ball. That's what Bill
Yeah, I
Belichick
think
hit
like
him.
3 years ago.
He
whenever I was
fumbles the
playing.
ball.
I think I had him and like a bunch of Patriots, right? I had him, Gronk, and
Yeah.
Tom, maybe even. It
Squad.
was a while ago.
Wow. Wes Welker.
The Mahomes matchup against the Ravens could get sketchy.
Yeah.
He might have one of those 5 touchdown 3-pick games.
I'd be fine with that.
And only score you 25 points.
Only.
He ran a lot without Hunt, so that might be good for me.
Amari Cooper. What are we thinking about that dude?
30 or 10. Those are the only options.
Who?
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper giveaway.
Yeah, it's 30 or 9. There's no in between them. Against the Eagles, I wouldn't love the matchup. About honestly, you don't have great matchups other than Ingram. I would get a new defense for sure. I wouldn't play
I'm
the
not sure
defense.
about Edwards.
You'd get rid of Houston after what they've done for me though, man. Like they've.
No, I would pick up a different defense because you have an empty spot.
I don't know.
I would not play the Texans against the Colts.
What about the Jags? The Jags handled the Colts pretty well though.
I thought it was fluky.
I think Schultz is a homer. Is that what I'm hearing?
Our offense is all right. You take the one game out of it. Luck threw for 3 touchdowns in 10 straight games.
Yeah, I guess. Last time they played Indy, they got 10.4, but they left 34 points, had two interceptions and a touchdown. Or 2 fumble recoveries. 2 fumble recoveries and a touchdown.
So you got saved by the touchdown.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would have like 4 points.
All right, I wouldn't do it, but you can do whatever you want.
I'll think about it.
Lil B is playing the Bills over the Bears.
Wait, who are the Bears playing?
The Rams. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. Do you think Lil B is gonna play Cousins or Dak?
Dak,
He's
it looks like.
He's got to play Cousins.
He's playing Dak, it looks like.
He's got to play Cousins.
He's playing
Lil
Dak.
B, you have to play Cousins. You just have to.
You think Dak can't do well against Philly?
Nope.
Philly?
Nope.
He played Philadelphia like a few weeks ago, and they got 21 points against him.
Wouldn't do it. play Cousins.
You know, it's not looking great for me, but I'm still gonna say I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna pull out another close one, go 3-0 against Lil B on the season.
I got a little B.
I also got a little bit. I feel like you're about to get dicked down by your little brother.
Yeah, it's gonna be really sad.
At least I beat him 2 times this season. Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the time that it counts, you know.
Oh, I just want to give a quick shout out because I was talking shit last week. Widlow really did beat my ass for I think the first time ever. So
I think he's gonna win it all, Schultz. So.
I think it's like almost uncontested that he's gonna win.
Yeah.
But he hasn't scored he scored 1 week under 170 recently. I mean, he might have had a few bad
he's
games.
obviously the
Not bad
favorite.
games, but they're still
to
good.
The guy's on bye.
Test.
Gurley and McCaffrey, uncontested.
If one of them gets hurt and one of us lucks out, he can get knocked out. Fantasy's so volatile. He just needs one little bad luck sprain to happen, and then it's over.
But he's already on bye, so that's 1 week.
He's got a good
Players
shot.
are resting up.
Got a very good shot. I'm confident in my boys because I have no reason not to be. We got 2 championships in a row here. We got Widlow, whose team is good, but whatever. We'll deal with it when we have to deal with it. We got a cakewalk matchup against Tim, week 1.
Ooh.
Oh, come on now. Cakewalk? Please.
You can defend yourself.
I was putting up 130 points a game a few weeks ago, and then we fell off the face of the earth for a few weeks. And then
I actually think our game's going to be really close.
It depends on if my players decide to do anything.
Hopefully,
They either decide to
Deshaun
do
Watson
nothing as a
throws
team,
a
or
bunch
they
of
do-
touchdowns.
I'm in a playoff matchup, and I have to play. I'm playing Mike Thomas, so I'm going to be cheering for Mike Thomas for you.
Thank you. That's what we need.
I hope he gets 40.
That'd be really nice.
You would lose if you got 40, I'm pretty sure.
Nope, I'd pull it off.
Widlow has
This
had
week,
2
if
games
you added
under
40
130
points to
this
Tim
season.
this week, I still would have beat him by 30 points.
2 games under 130 for Widlow this entire season.
And that wasn't with his freaking squad he's rolling with now.
Yeah,
You're done.
One of those was week 2. One of those was week 9. I just don't. He's going to score so many points, man. Every week. Players are gone. Isn't his bench also pretty good?
It's slightly less stacked now that he made some trades, but there's
He
still
traded some of those 2-for-1s.
Still good though.
We're just gonna hope Mike Williams catches all of Philip Rivers' touchdowns for the rest of the season. That's just what we're gonna. Oh, and then Keenan Allen.
He has Philip Rivers though, Schultz. So he'd be getting those points too.
Yeah, but I'll get more.
Yeah, if he only targets him.
Yeah.
We'll cancel each other out.
We'll get a bunch of yards of freaking Keenan Allen. He throws it to him every down.
We're not throwing in the towel yet. Bowits, you have a chance. Tim, you have a chance.
You
Preston's
said
got
no
a
chance
I'm
of
not
being
throwing in the towel. I'm
dude.
just letting you know. I've scored above
We're just
130
bending over,
points.
just giving Widlow. Oh, Widlow won already. Why would we even play? No, fuck Widlow. All of us, all of our teams. Come on, one of us could beat Widlow.
Let's combine them all together into one super team and just beat his ass.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work because he's got the best running backs.
I'll set the bracket up.
Yeah.
I'll set the bracket up. It'll be all 5 teams that made the playoffs against Widlow. Every one of our players starts. He gets his team, and we'll see what happens.
I'm in.
I'm in too. I don't see why we wouldn't. And you see, this, 11 of the people would vote yes to that. But
I agree.
Democracy sucks. No, we're keeping the second flex.
I'll put a vote in right now. Let's see.
I don't give a fuck about your vote, Tim.
2 flexes.
I'm making
look at
a
the flex. So much flex.
We'll get rid of the vote.
Weird flex, but okay.
We're suppressing.
Yeah, I'm about to make.
I need to get I need Sarah Huckabee Sanders out here just field questions for me, just lying about shit, so that I can just do my job.
Oh man, good stuff.
All right.
So vote 1 flex. Vote 2 flexes. We'll see what the boys say.
Hey, you gotta put 3 flexes in as an option.
Oh, 3? Yeah. Shall I say want any more options in this?
No flexes,
We're not
no
doing no
quarterback,
flexes.
no kickers, no defenses.
Sure, Noah Grimmer would
We take
love that.
Yeah. We'll just play 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end.
2 tight ends.
And that way the draft
I'll
will
have to
go
go
by
vote in my thing and
2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 2 tight ends.
2 tight ends does sound like the move. Are you the other vote? Is that what I'm seeing?
Tim, I want to give you a poll update. So far, there are 4 votes. There's 1 vote for 1 flex. There's 2 votes for 2 flexes, and there's a vote for 3 flexes.
What in the world is going on?
I see 3 votes. I see 3 votes for 3 flexes now.
Oh, this is
I
kind of hate that I put that in.
All right,
All right. So looks like we might be having 3 flexes.
We're either keeping it the same or we're upping the flexes.
Yes.
It's called the super flex. You can play with a QB. It'll be awesome. Bowers, you would be able to play Lamar Jackson.
Everyone would just playing 2 QBs, right? Like, why wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to play a tight end, you could.
No super flex. I do not want to deal with a super flex.
I'd be okay. I get to play Big Ben and
no, the QB
yeah,
would be
I just want to give you a mid-poll update. We got 7 votes in right now. We got
I'm the only one for 1 flex. I'm gonna vote for 3.
3 votes for 3 flexes.
Screw it. 3 flexes. Arenas League.
It's winning. 3 flexes is in the lead.
Yes.
I changed my vote. I changed my mind from 1 to 3.
Oh, we're so in.
Oh, let's type in something. Is this gonna cut off the recording again? Can Skype only let us go an hour?
Yeah, I think it might cut us off soon.
Yeah, is this call time the total call time or the time that you've been recording? I don't know. 2 flexes would be insane.
I think it'd be better if it was two running backs, 3 wide receivers,
3
and 2
votes
flexes.
for 2 flexes, 5 votes for 3 flexes.
Man, but there would be no waivers anymore, right? We would just
they'd
they'd still be there.
They'd be there.
Ricky would be on it still.
Ricky would be taken.
So are we removing a bench spot for this too, or are we just adding another position so that many more people are going to know?
I did think about that. After this year, I'll probably take away a bench spot.
No, the benches are already pretty small. What do you need a freaking?
Well, you're flexing the guys that are on your bench.
Can you imagine bye weeks with another flex?
So how about this? You
can't take away another bench spot.
Yeah, I can. Watch me.
Get rid of the bench in general and just play everyone that's on your team, and your team is your team.
That's there's a league like that. You just play everyone.
Yep.
All the time.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
You can't just be stacking scrubs on your bench because they might be good later. You can't handcuff people. You gotta let the boys play.
That would be a really interesting draft
We should do it where you can't keep a player on your bench. You can't keep a player on your team for more than
if a player on your bench scores 0 points for 3 straight weeks, he just automatically gets dropped. You just can't keep him.
No, we should make it so that you have to keep switching your roster, so you can't keep a player on your team for more than 14 days.
You should do a minimum trade, you have to make at least 4 trades each season.
You have to make a trade per week.
Or I'll make the trade for you.
And he'll give himself your best player.
No, the trades with the waiver wires. So you drop their player and pick up Ricky Seals-Jones.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Tim Bowitz. It's always a pleasure. We'll see you guys next week.
Great podcast.